In this video, we're gonna discuss the issue, the Robinhood situation. Andrew Cuomo from CNN had an interview with the CEO of Robinhood, and it was a pretty good interview. I pretty much appreciated the interview, so I want to talk about it. So I'm gonna make you hear it, and we're gonna talk about the issue. I think the CEO is guilty as hell. So listen to this interview. Andrew Cuomo really pressed on him, and tell me if that doesn't sound like a guilty man. All right, let's listen to this.
This looks like a move by an outfit called Robinhood, which is supposed to be taken from the rich and given to the poor, and doing exactly the opposite. That when the big guys, including one of your main investors in your company, started to lose, you shut down the game to starve the little guy. Fair criticism.
That's not what it is at all. And I know you started this segment. It really resonated with me because you described the story of Robinhood. Robinhood started 5 years ago by pioneering commission-free, no-account minimum mobile investing. And we've been the spokesperson of the individual investor. And our whole goal as an institution is to enable those customers, empower them, and give them access to the markets. Because for the longest time, markets have been only accessible to the wealthy. And so the entire industry adopted our business model in 2019. And in 2020, we added millions of new customers. The entire industry added millions of new customers who took advantage of the market rally and became investors for the very first time. So, we had to make a very difficult decision to protect our customers and our firm.
Why?
But we in no way
Why? Explain why you had to do it if it wasn't to protect the guy.
Now, come on, guys. This is obvious. There's something fishy, right? Andrew Cuomo asked the CEO of Robinhood, "Hey, you guys started with a good movement. It was about taking money from the rich guy and give it to the little guy. Give the little guy opportunity to be able to trade. Okay, sounds very good." And he told them that you block the trade for them to buy, and then you stopping it, and then because you want to cover the rich guys, something like that. In that sense, that's what Andrew Cuomo is saying. But now the CEO goes about like it doesn't answer the question. It goes around the question and say that, "Oh, Andrew Cuomo, you started the interview rightly. You're talking about yes, you did a good job because you presented Robinhood. This is the way Robinhood started. It started by allowing people to invest in our company for free, and stuff like that." That's not the question. The question is like, why did you block the retail trader from keep on buying that stock because the stock was going up and they're going to make more money? Why are you stopping them from making more money? And he did not answer the question, but but Andrew Cuomo is going to keep on pressing him. He's gonna kind of answer, but even when he answered, the answer is not clear. So tell me, no, yes or no. When you hear psychology or whatever, you hear people talk, and you hear that the answer is not 100%. What does that tell you? That tell you there's something hidden behind that is not clear. Many people came out with better explanation that I think was more valid. That could have been more believable than what the CEO of Robinhood came out with. But he did not come up with those answers. Like, for example, Destiny. I don't know if I'm gonna do a video on that. Destiny came out with an answer that was kind of cool. I mean, I think kind of like a little bit believable because he said that, yeah, if there's an fluctuation of trading, yes, Robinhood might not have enough time or even money to be able to do all those trading in the clearing house. They might not have the ability to do that, so they want to be able to close those trades and allow the people, allow them to meet their clearinghouse, whatever. Like, I think they have an amount of money, that threshold that they have to have all the time, so that they don't violate the clearinghouse rules. He could have come out with that. He did not come out with that. That wasn't his answer. Let's hear more about this. Okay, let's hear.
Who had shorted the stocks, which are the big hedge funds. How are you helping the little guy investors?
Well, I know that there's rumors around that, we were directed by market makers or other market participants to do this. And I want to be 100% clear. This decision was not made on the direction of any market maker or other market participants.
So why'd you do it?
Robinhood, as a brokerage, has lots of financial requirements, SEC requirements. We have to put up money at clearinghouses. The amount of money that we have to put up depends on market volatility, and we're in a historic situation where there's a lot of activity and a lot of buying concentrated in a relatively small number of symbols that are going viral on social media. So we haven't really seen anything like this before. And to prudently manage the risk and the deposit requirements, we had to restrict buying in these 13 stocks. But customers that held them could sell throughout. Thousands of other securities and stocks on our platform were available to freely trade. And our number one priority, as you mentioned, is to make sure our platform is reliable, stable for our customers. We're serving our customers and giving them the tools.
But that's exactly what's a question.
Okay, it seems like he did answer the question, kind of. He said that the trading was unprecedented, so they never had a case like that. So they have to meet the requirement of the clearinghouse because there was so much trades, so they had to close it. Okay, no problem. But when the big guys were trying to short sell those with all their billions, all those options, you didn't close it. I don't understand that. Now they're saying that they cannot take care of all those trades. But are you saying that the big guys, the hedge fund, they were not doing? Oh, I see. It's probably one or two hedge fund, but I don't know. It seems that there's a conflict of interest. You got to get into the nitty or gritty of these things. It's like I don't understand it fully, but it sounds fishy. Especially the way he answers the question. They ask you first what happened, and he goes around. Oh yeah, Robinhood was built for the little guy. That sounds fishy for me. You gotta go right for the jugular. You gotta hit the person on the answer. If you have the answer on the tip of your tongue, why are you going in circles? That looks suspicious. But so he's saying that it is because of that. Is it because that it's an unprecedented amount of trading, and everybody's buying, and it's only those stocks, so that's why it stopped it. But now it seems, I don't know, to all of you, Verse and all of you guys, it seems to me that he's telling people go buy the other stocks that are not winning. Go those stocks, we have to black them because you're gonna make a lot of money out of them. That's the way it seems, but it's crazy, guys.
Everything in our power to turn it back on as soon as prudent.
But that's the thing, is that the trust is in question because it seems like the only people who are getting hurt were the big shots. And that if they were benefiting from this, your small investors now believe that you wouldn't have shut down the game. And just one thing without getting in the weeds here. You don't control the listing venue for GameStop. Now, I used to work in finance, so I know this stuff, but the audience doesn't need to. The New York Stock Exchange does. So if anybody was going to control the listing and shut it down, it should have been them, but it wasn't. It was you. And the reason that they do it is very limited. They do it because they think there's evidence of fraud, or they think that there needs to be a material disclosure by the company that hasn't been made. And that's done to protect the investor. You check none of those boxes here because you don't control the venue. You didn't know about any information that GameStop or any of these other stocks needed to put out. You don't have any reason to believe there's fraud that you've articulated. And you're certainly not protecting these people who've been living the dream of making money, especially at the expense of the big guys. So why should people believe you did this for the right reasons?
Well, we have no choice. We have to comply with all financial requirements. And
the SEC hasn't said you had to do this.
Well, lots of brokers have to comply with these financial requirements and have issued restrictions on some of these names. And this is an industry-wide thing. You yourself mentioned that other brokers this week have imposed restrictions. And not speaking for other firms, but for Robinhood in particular, this isn't because there's deals happening with market makers we route to or market participants.
But then why did you allow people to keep selling but not buying? The reason that is so troubling to people is that they were making money buying the stock because they were against the short side. And so by enabling them to sell but not buy, it sounds like you were allowing the hedge funds, and again, one of them owns a piece of you.
Wow.
And they had a big short position, and that looks like a stinky conflict.
Wow, that's why I like Andrew Cuomo. One of those hedge fund had a position against GameStop. They were shorting GameStop 140%, and that's a big hedge fund that's working with that platform, Robinhood, which means that there's a conflict of interest. So here you're taking people that have you're taking people's money on the platform, and you promising them that I'm on your side, I want you to make money, but we're really not on their side, because your customer, the guy, the hedge fund that's paying you, it wants to go the other way. So who are you gonna follow? Who are you gonna help? You're gonna help your customer. The retail traders that are trading in Robinhood are not the customer, they are the product. So Robinhood takes the product and sell it to the hedge fund. You know what I'm saying? They sell it to the hedge fund. So now and they don't even buy it. They don't have to buy those customers. The customers come in for free. So it's a perfect situation for Robinhood. I'm taking those people. It's kind of like Facebook or Google. Kind of, not fully, but kind of. Facebook or Google, it's more honest. It's a little bit, they're more honest in what they are doing. I understand. Me, I have no problem with Facebook and Google and YouTube, the way they do business. I think it's okay for them to take data. I don't know. Some people have problem with that. I don't see it like that. Okay, but this is a different situation. They take the data and they tell you, no, I want you to make money. If you stop with me, you know, hopefully you're gonna be a profit. And then they sell the data to somebody that's on the other side that want to go the other way against that trade. How is that good? That's not good. Come on.
That you didn't come out straight on from the start. Address that.
Well, none of that had anything to do with our decision to do this. Again, this was just looking at regulatory requirements, financial requirements, and we 100% will always protect our customers, where the entire business is operating to empower individual investors and has been since its founding. And that's what Robinhood is committed to continue to do. So we don't want to restrict buying in these 13 stocks. We're doing the best we can to re-enable it, as long as it's operationally and prudent from a deposit standpoint.
Wow. So, you heard the man.
All right, GameStop. We've got to talk about this today.
You heard the man, right? I mean, you heard him. So, yes. So
I want you to address.
So basically, he really did not come with like a strong answer. I don't know if you guys agree with that. Let's look at the last couple of minutes.
And we 100% will always protect our customers, where the entire
them owns a piece of you, and they had a big short position, and that looks like a stinky conflict that you didn't come out straight on from the start. Address that.
Well, none of that had anything to do with our decision to do this. Again, this was just looking at regulatory requirements, financial requirements, and we 100% will always protect our customers, where the entire business is operating to empower individual investors and has been since its founding. And that's what Robinhood is committed to continue to do. So we don't want to restrict buying in these 13 stocks. We're doing the best we can to re-enable it, as long as it's operationally and prudent from a deposit standpoint.
Let's check in on.
Okay, so he said the right thing. We are always here to protect our customers. Who's your customer? It's the hedge fund. It's not the retail trader. The retail trader, as he has said in the interview, he said that there's zero fee, zero commission on trading. So the retail trader it doesn't bring profit, doesn't bring income to the Robinhood. What brings income is the hedge fund. So I want people to understand that. Okay, guys, have a great day. Enjoy.